Welcome to another edition of Eagle Eye. I'm Jeff Mosher from CSNPhilly.com. I'm here with my tag team partner, Ruben Frank. We're 3 days away from the Eagles' home opener against the Baltimore Ravens, their second game of the season. It's a big game. Obviously, the Eagles did not look so great in their 17-16 win over the Browns in their opener. One of the things that stood out was the offensive line. A lot of people thought that would be a strength going into this year. King Dunlap struggled at left tackle early on. There were some holdings, there were some penalties. Ruben, how much better does the offensive line have to be for Michael Vick to have a better game?
Significantly better, Moshe. It was really surprising that you kind of can understand why Vick struggled. He didn't have a preseason, but this offensive line by the end of last year was one of the better O-lines in all of football. They were very, very good about week 9 to week 16. And to see how much they regressed, and we saw signs of it in the preseason too. They didn't play great in the preseason, and it wasn't, people are picking on King Dunlap, who did struggle early, like you said, but it was really everybody. I mean, Mathis, Kelsey, Watkins was terrible. Harriman's didn't have a great game. It was really the entire O-line. It wasn't just King Dunlap. And it's kind of a mystery because these guys all played together, obviously except the left tackle. They all played together all of last year, once Devan left and Watkins came in. And they were playing at a high level last year, so it's a little concerning that they've taken such a big step backward, and they got to find out why and fix that real quick.
Yeah, but let's talk about King Dunlap, because you're right. It wasn't all his fault, and it seemed that the offensive line did get better as the game went on, especially against the run. They were able to establish dominance in the trenches when Andy decided to give the ball to LaShawn McCoy and start the ground game going. Cleveland knew they were going to run. The Eagles were able to run anyway. They were able to put together a 91-yard drive at the end, and Vick did have to throw the ball. They did get better, but the Ravens have a big, strong front line. They have a 340-pound all-pro end now, not a tackle anymore, an end in Haloti Ngata. That's going to be a guy that King Dunlap's going to have to match up with. I'm a little concerned about that. I think even if King's a little bit improved, he's got to be a lot more improved for the offense to function well. How do you think it's going to go, and what happens if King Dunlap is not improved and Andy has to make a call there?
Well, you're talking about Dennis Kelly, a rookie 5th-round pick for Purdue, being the backup left tackle at this point since Demetrius Bell was inactive Sunday and will likely be inactive this coming Sunday. So I think it's King Dunlap's just got to play. But I also think they've got to help the offensive line out. You look at the point where the game got away from the Eagles, the second and third quarters, that's when Shady was not. And Andy's talking about, well, Shady had 20 carries and 25 touches. That's not the point. It's not about how many carries. It's about how much balance you have as the game goes on. And when any team, I don't care how bad their D-line and their linebackers are, when they know a team's passing every snap, they can tee off. It's harder for the O-line. And I think Andy and Marty have to give this offensive line a chance by balancing the offense. It's not about how many total carries. It's about being balanced and giving the O-line a chance. They really had no chance for a great portion of that game Sunday in Cleveland.
No, I agree with you. I think, the fans out there, you guys want LaShawn McCoy to have the ball almost every single play. It's not going to happen. However, he is a big part of their offense. He needs to get the little ball a little more. Interesting thing is, they got a guy on the other side, the Ravens, in Ray Rice, who's a lot LaShawn McCoy-like. Who do you think is the better running back, Rube? Just out of curiosity, and how would you compare one versus the other?
Very, very similar. I think it's probably a push right now. Shady's a little younger. He's probably a little bit better. He said they're both very good receivers. You look at Shady. I mean, Shady had 20 carries, 6 catches, and 4 other carries that were called back, so that's 30 total carries. They're both guys that can handle that kind of load. If it was me, I'd take Shady on my team, but they're both top 5 running backs in the league.
Absolutely. I think both guys will have big games, and both guys will be the key to their offenses on Sunday. We will find out. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Eagle Eye.